Trump's Scotland trip. Power, profit, and controversy unveiled. Power and profit have never collided as boldly as they do now in Donald Trump's presidency. Imagine the most powerful office in the world, not merely influenced by private business interests, but seemingly engineered to promote them. And that's precisely what critics argue is happening today. Ready for an insider's look? Wait till you see how deep these connections go. It's more than meets the eye. Donald Trump's second term has intensified the entanglement between his personal financial pursuits and his official responsibilities as president. Unlike in years past, where a line, however thin, existed between his brand and his office, that line now appears all but erased. Trump's business dealings are interwoven into trade negotiations, diplomatic events, and, notably, his travel plans. The trip to Scotland earlier this year is a striking case in point. Though packaged as a private engagement, to commemorate the opening of a new Trump International golf course in Aberdeenshire, it quickly shifted in framing to a working visit, featuring high-profile meetings held right on Trump's own turf. Here's where things get controversial. Even as American taxpayers footed an estimated $10 million bill for this journey, critics say the real beneficiary wasn't U.S. diplomacy, but Trump's corporate interests. This echoes findings from the Office of Government Ethics, which show that, since his first inauguration in 2017, Trump has personally earned more than $206 million from his Scottish businesses alone. That's about half of the $412 million in revenue he's reported from all foreign ventures in the same period. Consider that a president has earned more from Scotland than any other foreign market while representing the United States. But the web grows more tangled. During this so-called working visit, Trump met with a roster of influential leaders, including the European Commission's chief, the First Minister of Scotland, and the British Prime Minister, typically within the lavish walls of his own resorts. But, and this is the part most people miss, the events surrounding these meetings have drawn speculation in the UK media that both Trump and his White House team may be applying subtle pressure on British officials to encourage the return of golf's prestigious Open Championship to his Turnberry property. While golf's governing body, the RA, insists it remains impartial and cites logistical hurdles for hosting such a vast event, the fact remains. Landing the tournament would mean massive financial gain and global acclaim for Trump's brand. Is this just symbolic golf diplomacy? Absolutely not. With attendance topping 250,000, the Open would bring both status and substantial profits to Trump's Turnberry course. Previously, such obvious overlap between diplomatic duty and private benefit would have sparked alarm across the political divide. Now, critics worry it barely stirs public debate despite persistent ethical questions. Adding complexity to the picture, the Trump Organization, now formally led by his sons, has unveiled a wave of global projects, oftentimes suspiciously close to Trump's official state visits. These ventures stretch from the Middle East to Europe, targeting countries with significant strategic interests to the U.S., as well as those with more authoritarian governments. For example, Trump kicked off his international diplomacy in Saudi Arabia, a country where his organization is constructing Trump Tower Jeddah. Around the same time, Trump properties have been announced in Qatar and the United Arab Emirates, including Trump Tower Dubai and a luxury golf resort in Qatar. Take note, partnerships for these developments involve firms closely linked to or part-owned by foreign governments, such as the Qatari Investment Authority-backed Qatari Dire. And here's where ethical boundaries get blurry. Though Trump pledged during his first term to stay clear of his personal business and signed an ethics agreement to avoid new foreign deals, the new arrangement for his second term quietly allows international projects as long as they are not directly with foreign governments. This leaves a sizable loophole. Deals with private companies or individuals possessing close ties to foreign states are not explicitly barred. In practice, this has yielded arrangements that, while technically permissible, raise real concerns about influence and conflicts of interest. Some argue that such ventures risk more than mere public perception. The U.S. Constitution's Emoluments Clause was designed to prevent federal officials from accepting gifts or benefits from foreign governments without congressional approval. Lawsuits invoking this protection after Trump's first term were dismissed once he left office. But the central dilemmas haven't been resolved, and, in some eyes, are only worsening. From the windswept links of Scotland to the skylines of Doha and Dubai, Trump's presidency is rewriting the very definition of diplomacy when the leader is also the entrepreneur-in-chief. The boundaries between public service and personal gain are not just blurred. They are being intentionally redrawn, with Trump himself holding the pen. So what's your take? Is this a clever leveraging of business acumen for America's benefit, or a dangerous erosion of ethical norms? Does it matter if a president's own fortune grows alongside his global influence? Tell us where you land. Is this smart politics or a breach too far? Let the debate begin. Trump's Gulf Empire, a tour of his courses around the world. President Trump's love for golf is no secret, and his recent trip to Scotland to open a new 18-hole course at his Trump International Scotland Resort near Aberdeen has once again put the spotlight on his golfing ventures. But here's where it gets controversial. Trump's ownership of golf courses around the world has raised concerns about potential conflicts of interest and ethics. So, where exactly are Trump's golf courses located? Let's take a closer look. Trump Golf, the golf course management company owned by the Trump Organization, boasts a portfolio of 18 properties around the world. In Scotland alone, Trump has 2 golf courses, the new one in Aberdeen and another one in Turnberry. He also owns a golf course in Doonbeg, Ireland, and one in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. In Indonesia, Trump Golf has properties in Lido and Bali, listed as coming soon. And in Oman, a course in Muscat is also listed as coming soon. But Trump's golfing empire is not limited to international locations. In the United States, Trump National Golf Courses can be found in Miami, Florida, Doral, Jupiter, Florida, West Palm Beach, Florida, Potomac Falls, Virginia, Washington, D.C., Bedminster, New Jersey, Colts Neck, New Jersey, Pine Hill, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Hopewell Junction, New York, Hudson Valley, Briarcliff Manor, New York, Westchester, Mooresville, North Carolina, Charlotte, and Rancho Palos Verdes, California, Los Angeles. Trump's eldest sons, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, manage the Trump Organization, and Donald Trump still owns it. Ethics have long been a concern for the potential for the family to profit off the presidency. Eric Trump, his wife Lara Trump, Donald Trump Jr., and his girlfriend Bettina Anderson all flew to Aberdeen from the other side of Scotland with the president and the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, the White House said. "We had an unlimited budget, and we exceeded it," Eric said of the new golf course. This was his Mona Lisa. Trump's mother, Mary Ann MacLeod, was born in Scotland and emigrated to New York in the 1930s. The Trump Resort near Aberdeen has buildings with her name. So, what do you think about Trump's golfing ventures? Do you see any potential conflicts of interest or ethical concerns? Let us know in the comments below.